Whoa, icy. Got a bit of ice about here, just got to be careful. Well, hi everybody, welcome back to my wee channel. I'm back out in the Loch Lomond National Park, hopefully for a wee overnight. I'm looking for snow, which is forecast. There's a yellow snow warning out, so I'm hoping to camp a wee bit higher and get a wee test of the MSR Tindheim tent. Anyway, I've popped into the Devils Pulpit for a wee look. Quite a smart wee place, I'll show you around. Made famous by Outlander, the television series. Yeah, and it's a busy wee place as always, a lot of people about. You can hear the echoing of folk trying to work their way through the canyon. You really need a pair of wellies, to be honest. And I'm only wearing my climbing boots, so I'm not going to take any misadventures. So that was a Devil's Pulpit, that was. So I'm now going to just head back to the car, get a wee bit of lunch, and then I'm going to head for some higher ground and pray for snow. It's been quite mild actually, so it's hard to believe there's a snow warning, but it does say for the hills quite heavy overnight. So we'll just hope that that is the case. Right, we are out for the afternoon and hopefully the night too. And a very well recognised wee hill outside of Glasgow, which my local viewers will probably know well. Loch Lomond and Ben Lomond in the centre of your screen. So that's Dumgoyne, which it's like a volcanic plug that sits in front of the main campsites there. You can't really see that it's separate. And then up the back is Earl's Seat, the highest point in the campsites. So yeah, it's no forecast tonight, but it's hard to believe. I really am doubting the Met Office and the BBC weather, but we shall give it a go. Yeah, I mean, the air temperature I suppose is still pretty cold. That's not melting, but it just feels too mild for snow. Very good. What a view. You can see why it's called the Queen's View. You're looking north right at Loch Lomond through the islands there with Ben Lomond on the right and the Luss Hills on the left and the Arrochar Alps just away in the distance towards the far end there on the left. You can see the Cobbler, Ben Arthur. Gorgeous, what a view. A great place probably to see Northern Lights, but I don't think I'm going to get them tonight because snow is forecast around about 6. This is actually quite a nice spot, I have to say, if I was looking for some shelter. And we're coming into the Whangie itself, this kind of cliff area, which is well known for scrambling and rock climbing and bouldering. Not that I've done it for a long time, but yeah, it's just an interesting little geological feature. And we're back out the other side. Nice little feature. Nice wee scrambling walls up above me here. I'll stop and get a wee drink, I think. And then I'm about 10 minutes from the campsite, I hope. Would you put your rope and trust it around that chalkstone? Not sure. So a big shout out to Holystone for providing me with a new drone, which I'm going to try over this trip. It's a wee bit smaller than my Roku. Both the controller and the actual unit is lighter as well, so from a backpacking perspective it could be a far better option. So I've just found this wee area which is really sheltered. I could use this. It's well out the wind, which is just the summit above me to your right, my left. Objective in sight. So let's see if it's worth camping up towards the summit or go for something more sheltered. Whew. So I've got another area here I can use, and I'm not far from the summit, just over there. Not quite sure yet. It looks like another area over that way, where a guy's just walked his dog over towards that area. Might be quite good. It's proven to be quite a challenge between the size of the footprint on the Tindheim and people about and the wind and marsh. I'm thinking maybe up here could be a good spot. It's got a nice view looking right over the loch. We'll check that out on the way down towards the wood there, which I can always fall back on. Right, okay, decision is made. It's going to be a nice sheltered one in here. It's beginning to haze over, so if the snow comes in it should just settle nicely in this enclosure, which should be good. I'll get these poles up in a second. I have a new sleeping mat to try as well, which I'll show you in a second. And my ground sheet tonight, £2.49 from Sports Direct, a space blanket. I recommend it. You'll get a few camps out of them, then they destroy themselves, but so light, you're talking 55 grams I think it is. Trying to get a space big enough is a challenge, it really is. It's worth it once it's up, but it is a big beast. Yes, we are just in and no more on a wee sort of very kind of unused occasional path, I hope, otherwise we're going to have visitors all night. Well out the way of any passer-by. It's quite a busy place obviously, but it's quietening down now, and it is obviously forecast to be heavy snow, so that'll quieten things off. But yeah, it feels really stealth. I feel like I'm tucked right in the wood and just enough room. So big thanks to James at Collins Outdoors who supplied this sleeping mat for me. It comes with its own inflating sack. It's called the Light Tour. Look how small it is, and it's also very light. It's a kind of a rival, I guess, for maybe the X-Lite, I would say in theory. It's obviously cheaper. It has a foil lining inside it, and It's a mummy shape. This one is 183 long, which is probably the shorter of the two. It's just long enough for me. It's the first time I'm going to try this, so I'm a wee bit nervous about it because it's so cold tonight. But with an R rating of 5.8, that's better than the X-Lite, but not quite as good as the X-Therm. I guess that's the underside. It seems to have these attachment points here, which I guess might be for using quilts or possibly pillow accessories. And it comes with a quick release and inflate valve here, so that'll take out all the air completely. You can see the foil lining inside, so that just pops straight in there, and then you just got to inflate the bag itself and push it in. Give that a go. It's almost like a big dry bag. I usually just blow mine up by hand or by mouth basically, but I guess it stops moisture destroying the inner lining. So there you go, it took about 6 blows from the bag, 6 bagfuls, and aluminised on one side as well, which I guess this will be the upper side, and the dark green is just practical for keeping it clean. So let's get it inside. Into the palace. It almost makes it worth carrying that 3 kilos up the hill with you. But it just does not feel like it's going to snow. It feels like it would rain if at all. But yeah, it doesn't feel humid, so maybe it is kind of dry, maybe it will turn to powder. Just sitting on this mat, I've noticed one thing about it is it's slightly thinner than the X-Lite. So despite the fact it's got a very good R rating, where your bum cheeks are sitting, it tends to compress. I'm not the heaviest guy in the world, and I can feel a wee bit of cold just coming through the certain points. But I think when I'm lying on it, it'll be okay. Nice view from the tent though. A wee bit of air traffic to boot as well, since I'm so close to Glasgow Airport. Proper stealth tonight. Can you spot my wee tent? Yeah, it's definitely dumping slightly to the east there. Northeast, over towards Aberfoyle. I think that's probably snow that's coming down now. It looks like it. Don't think it's rain. Yeah, I'll probably head back and get some soup on in a minute and some dinner. It's just after 6. It's nice having the extra light at night though, which is great, and having the whole of these crags are very atmospheric to yourself. Kind of spooky actually. I don't know if you can see this. If you look in there, there's a kind of natural amphitheatre down inside there. Yeah, it's great. Very atmospheric. First course is on, tomato soup. Right, we're on to main course now. It is sticky rice. Throw it in the frame there, Andy. And some teriyaki sauce with some roast chicken. I think it'll be quite nice. Well, Scottish News is saying 10 centimetres of snow above 200 metres. So I'm about 300 metres, so maybe we'll get some snow yet. I'm just chilling out, lying here with a glass of wine and listening to the radio. And it sounds definitely now like it's snowing. Just a kind of light snow. The odd gust coming through and rattling the tent. But no major test of the Tindheim. A nice comfortable place to be. As you can see, we're getting a wee bit of a blizzard. Tent's kind of taking it nicely actually, no problems at all. Perfectly pleasant inside. Take you around the back here, let's have a look. The one observation is there's quite a lot of airflow through the tent, so those vents are working very well, but it would be nice to be able to close them down or zip them up a bit like the Namach, where you can have that extra cover on each vent at the front and the back. So yeah, as a result, maybe a wee bit more, just a touch more drafty, but I'm not cold. We've got a candle on in there and I've sealed the inner, so absolutely fine. Right, Let's get back in. It's a bit bright there. Well, I spent a very comfortable few hours in here. Nice and warm under the sleeping bag. Been drinking some red wine, spilt some red wine. The sleeping mat's pretty good actually, I have to say. You can really feel the heat coming back on it because of that silver foil. The only thing is, you need to double up when sitting. If you get any point where you squeeze the mat together, cold air comes through, which is not something you would get on an X-Lite or an X-Therm because of the extra depth. Other than that, it's quiet, it's comfortable, and it's actually very warm when I'm lying here. So, anyway, I enjoyed the night, and it's good to see the snow on. Let's hope it doesn't turn to rain. Oh yeah, it's lying a lot more now. It's not huge snowflakes, but it's pretty steady. It has been for the last hour or so. 10 o'clock, I've come back out just for a quick brush of the teeth, pee, and then I'll probably head for my bed. But it's nice to see some snow lying, as forecast. Just going to tighten up the straps because there is a slight sagging with the weight of the snow on the roof. Not surprisingly. Should hold it. It's a bit better. Okay, hot water bottle on before we go to bed. Get this sleeping bag warmed up. I've got the MacPack XP 700 with me, which is a good full-on winter bag. But a wee hot water bottle will not go amiss. Right everybody, that's me tucked up, hot water bottle in, nice warm MacPack winter sleeping bag. The new sleeping mat, we'll see how we go for the night. Snow's still on, pretty heavy. So I'll see you guys in the morning, and hopefully it won't have turned to rain by then. See you in the morning. Just a wee mention actually, I got these given to me by a crowd who I'll put on screen. They sell them on Amazon and the like. They're like memory foam earplugs, but they're almost like earbuds. They've got a kind of metal insert here, and then you can change the buds themselves, and this bit fits inside your ear. They work very well actually. Yeah, it kills most of the sound, which was good. The only thing I would say is when I was lying on my side for a prolonged amount of time, sometimes I would feel a wee pressure point with this metal part. But other than that, yeah, as earplugs go, pretty high tech. Come in a wee case, come with different size bulbs on them. They also come with two sizes of this inner ear insert. This fits inside your ear and holds it in place, so it sits nicely. I'll try them again at home maybe and see how we get on with them. But yeah, pretty high tech. Worked pretty well. I'm just not convinced about if you're lying too long on one side, this metal bit. However, thank you for sending me them, and I get a good night's sleep, which is all good. Right, let's get outside for a wee look. At 4 o'clock this morning, I pushed all the snow off the top of the tent. It was starting to just cave in and touch the inner a wee bit, so that's helped just keep that clearer. Better. A lot of weight in that very wet snow. the tent's fine, nice comfy night. No problem with the wind, very flukish, changing wind all the time. Okay, I'll get some coffee on and then we'll bail. It's much milder, but it's not pleasant, pretty windy, and no view. Coffee this morning. I do have a second, almost done canister as a backup, but it's still in the first one, which was pretty empty in its own right. Right, let's get coffee and a wee banana on or something and get out of here. I just checked on my phone this morning and it looks like 3 people were rescued on the West Highland Way last night. 1:30, 2 in the morning. I think it just got overcome with the conditions. Exhausted. No doubt with deep snow. It looks like it as I look up Loch Lomond. So they're apparently okay. Well done to the MRT. That was a late shout. Apparently finished about 2:30 in the morning and back to their beds. So it's a great job they do. Oh, morning coffee with a wee touch of red wine and toothpaste. Can't beat it. You ready for this? The most depressing noise in backpacking. Oh dear. Always hate when you take your sleeping mat down. Right, it's time to go. Leave no trace as always. A fleeting glimpse of winter, and let's head back down. Right everybody, I'm heading back down. Thank you again for watching my wee mini adventure. It was a wee touch of winter. Fleeting, but it was good. And if you liked the video, please give me a wee like or a subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Would be much appreciated. I'll be out again next weekend and hopefully bringing you a bit more content. So thank you for watching and I'll see you out there for the next one. Cheers just now.